at least some of the officer-involved shootings, and I would say the exponential rise in, or the essentially the cause for all officer-involved shootings, when a police officer shoots and kills or doesn't kill a citizen, those are being caused by exposure to radiation, satellite-based radiation from Russian and Chinese satellites that are orbiting over the top of the United States every day. Yeah, you're going to find that difficult to accept. Hopefully some police officers watch this and you want to shrug it off. Okay, you can do that. Sure. Just ignore this video and pretend, oh, this guy can't be right. Well, I'm not right. I'm not. This isn't even my opinion. Read the links in the description. This is coming from doctors and scientists, qualified people from all disciplines for decades long, including the CIA, which has said that Russian operatives were actually on U.S. soil and microwaving an Iraq veteran who was a current a government employee, and other government employees and their family and their children on U.S. soil. So we know that enemies of the United States will use these technologies. At the very least, that is just sort of blunt. It's like a microwave hammer. It wasn't necessarily nuanced. It was just meant they were trying to kill these people. But the fact is, we know that exposure, and if you read the articles, they're very clear. There was one on Fox News. There was one on the Sun UK. These are news outlets from differing ends of the spectrum. So no matter which news outlet you watch, it's very clear. Anxiety is one of the key symptoms of microwave radiation exposure. So, as Dr. Robert Duncan put it, you have satellites following every human being around and selectively microwaving people to hurt the United States and its citizens, and sort of wear us down and bring us down. So you can imagine a scenario where you have this high stress situation with a police officer. Split-second decisions have to be made, and a satellite using the same beam that your smartphone communicates with a satellite, having that beam pointed at your head. Remember, these are KGB and communist China weapons satellites. They have tracking systems. It's just essentially a communication satellite, which we know that there are thousands of, with some tracking equipment on it to follow a human, not a cell phone. And if you don't think that communists or the KGB would microwave a police officer to try to destabilize them just a little bit and make them a little anxious and a little quick on the trigger to get them to murder a U.S. citizen, then you probably haven't been reading history books, okay? Because that's what enemies do to people. They would hurt us any way they could. It's just going to take people a while to accept this. And I think we really make ground on this issue when police officers in the United States start to realize that they and their colleagues are being irradiated, and that it's causing these situations, and it is causing this divide between the public, and it's leading to all kinds of adversarial sort of situations here where people are angry, justifiably so, if it's their loved one. But we're not actually getting down to the core of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's going on, and this is not my opinion. This has been floated by people much more educated than me. Read the links in the description, educate yourself on the technology, and then ask yourself, would people that hate us use this to hurt us? I'll let you make that decision for yourself.